Service Intelligence is designed to work automatically wherever possible. In the case of customer contacts in the life cycle between visits, it makes sense to automate some of these things. In particular, I'm going to automate sending a thank you 7 days after the customer's been into my shop. If there was a recommendation that was declined by the customer, I want to send them a reminder, and I want to send the first reminder 30 days after they've left my shop. If they don't respond to that, a second one 30 days later or in 60 days, and a third one in 90 days. I also want to track all services performed in the past and age them according to how much a vehicle is driven. So for example, if a vehicle has been away from my base for 90 days, I want the first service reminder sent out, and if that is not responded to 90 days later, I want to send a second, a third, and a fourth. And of course, if I'm waiting 3 months between each contact, that would be 12 months later, they would receive the final service reminder, and at that point I would give up, and that's a lost customer. If the customer does respond and they call for an appointment, I also want to automate the appointment reminders for 7 days before the appointment and then the day before the appointment automatically. This takes a lot of work off my hands, and so I'm going to now start the services. The first thing I'm going to do is go to Customer Contacts, select Appointments, and I have it set at 7 days before the appointment and 1 day before the appointment, and I'm happy with the message, so I'm going to go ahead and start the service. It asks me if I want to do a catch-up, in this case, meaning that I can go back in time and I can say, go ahead and do it for the last week because the system's been off. But with appointments, it doesn't make any sense to do a catch-up, so I'm just going to say OK. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to return to the Target tab. I'm going to select DeclinedWk. And here is where I was pointing out that I have up to 3 reminders I'm going to send out. And I can change the offer to anything I want. I don't want to have any offer in this particular communication. And for that reason, I don't need to show an expiration date, so I have it unchecked. I'm going to go ahead and click Start Service. Confirm that I do want to start it, but in this case I do want to go back to Monday, since that's the date when I had the services stop, for a catch-up, which is it's going to go back 7 days worth of recommendations, if any, and send them out to my customers as needed. The third type of contact that I have available within Service Intelligence is the thank you. So I want to automate this also. And I want to send it to my customers perhaps 7 days after the service visit. In this particular machine, I don't have an active database, and that's why I'm looking back 60 days. But I'm going to go ahead and start the service, confirm it, and a catch-up does make sense with thank yous. So I would go ahead and enter the 27th and click OK. Notice that the icon now turned to green, and it's letting me know that the 3 contact types, appointment reminders, DeclinedWk reminders, and thank you notes, are all going to be produced automatically on a daily basis. My service reminders, which is the most important type of communication because it's very complete, we're tracking 25 recurring maintenance items, I am going to make sure that this is being sent to my customers, and here's an example of what Ross's service reminder will look like. And I'm going to go ahead and start the service by clicking Start Service. I'm going to confirm that I do want to start it, and again, in this case it makes sense to go back 7 days, because what it's really doing, it's looking back in time, and it's telling me who has not been in for 90 days, or 6 months, 9 months, and 12 months. So now both are showing that they're active with the green dot, and so I have set Service Intelligence to work automatically on a daily basis.